The Rebbe Reb Zisha stepped onto the wagon and he told the wagon driver, under no circumstances are you to go through the city of Bar. Reb Zisha had very bad memories of the city of Bar, where he was once made fun of and mocked for many of the things that he did, and he refused to ever go to that city. And Reb Zisha was traveling along the way and he fell asleep. And while he was asleep, there was a Yid at Tzaddik on the road that also requested a ride, and the wagon stopped. The wagon driver opened the door and in walked Reb Moshe Pshevosk. And he walked in and he said, "Where are you going?" And it was the same direction. And he said, "Are you going through Bar?" And the wagon driver said, "Absolutely not." He said, "Why not?" We said, "It's Reb Zisha's here and he told me not to go through there." So Reb Moshe Pshevosk said, "Take this money, trust me, you won't be harmed. Go through the city of Bar. We need to be there." So the wagon driver did as he said. Reb Zisha didn't know anything about this. And when Reb Zisha wakes up, he looks around, he says, "Hold on a second, where are we?" And the wagon driver said, "We're in the city of Bar." He said, "But I told you not to go there." He said, "Yes, but look at this Yid over here. He told me to go there. He said we need to be there, and he assured us that no harm would befall us." Reb Zisha saw who the tzaddik was. With no choice, he stepped off the wagon and they looked around for somewhere to stay. It was late, they couldn't travel anymore. All the inns were taken. The very last inn that they found that had availability for space was the worst of the worst, with the people, all the sinners of the city were in that inn. And Reb Zisha got there and he realized obviously it was Bashkacha protest that he needed to be there. And he said, "There must be a reason that Hashem wants me to be there." And he sat in the inn and he saw the most terrible types of people. And Reb Zisha, the way that he gave Musa, was talking to himself. And he listed all the Averas that these people were busy with, but calling them on himself. "Reb Zisha, what's going to be with you? Why did you do this? Reb Zisha, what's going to be? Why did you do that?" And these sinners started to cry. They started to realize the severity of what they were doing. And they went over to Reb Zisha and they begged him to do tshuva. After that, Reb Zisha gave shiurim in the town and he brought so many people back to doing tshuva closer to Hashem. And he realized that was the tachlis of him being there. In this week's parasha, we know that Moshe Rabbeinu's name is not even mentioned. Why? Because Moshe Rabbeinu said, "Erase me from this sefer." Asks the Chidush Harim, the Gerer Rebbe, "I don't understand. Is that a punishment? Moshe Rabbeinu is not mentioned in the parasha. What does that mean?" And the Chidush Harim answers that when a Yid is Moiseh Nefesh, he gives up of himself for somebody else, he becomes a part of the success. Moshe Rabbeinu gave up for Klal Yisrael, and therefore in this week's parasha he's not mentioned because he became a part of the Torah, not someone that had to be written in the Torah. And it teaches us when we give up from ourselves and we help somebody else, when we're Moiseh Nefesh for somebody else, we become a part of the success story. Have a wonderful Shabbos.